how do you, as a person dash actor, is able to cope with characters that are so
Um,
powerful?
I'm able over the course of many years of experience now, um, for lack of a better description, but it's almost like a switch. When I focus on work, I'm turning the switch on. I go in, I get myopic, and I just focus on learning the lines. Why are these lines important? How do I connect them? What does it mean to me emotionally, intellectually, physically, and those things? And I go to work and I do the work. And then when I'm done with the work, I flip the switch off because I've learned that I don't want to live in the body of my characters long. I want to come back to be me. And my wife and my daughter expect me to be me, not to be those characters. And I owe them that as well. And I owe myself the right to step away from the character. And so I was able to learn how to do that, to disconnect once I'm done for the day with the character. And I had um, a ritual that I would do. I would go into the makeup and hair trailer after a day, and I would take two hot, moist towels, and I would wrap one on the top of my bald head and just leave it like a turban. And then I would take another one and wrap it around my entire face, almost as if I'm about to get a professional shave. And I would just sit in the chair and allow the moist heat to just draw out the toxins of the day, both the physical dirt and also the emotional dirt that character had to live in. And I wipe it all away. I put some moisturizer on, and I'm done. And I leave. I take off his clothes and I leave him there at the studio. I don't take him home with me. I never did.
This episode of Longer Tables is sponsored by State Farm. When you get a new car or a new home, the first thing you might find yourself saying is, I cannot believe it, or this is incredible. But what you really want to say is the one thing that can get you the help you need. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. State Farm is there with the coverage you need for your car, your home, and even boats, motorcycles, RVs, and other things that matter to you. With a State Farm agent, you know someone is there to help you choose the coverage you need. With so many coverage options, it feels good knowing you can find what works best for you and your needs. And when you need ways to get help, State Farm gives you options there too, whether it is in person or on the phone with your local agent or on statefarm.com or on their award winning app. State Farm lets you do things your way. So when you need help protecting the things that matter most, remember to say, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. It was clear for me that you are able to build a perfect wall. But has you ever noticed that any of your characters, because so much repetition, that some of those attributes or characteristics kind of got inside you,
Hmm.
like was part of your skin, that all of a sudden one day you are behaving as Bryan Cranston, but that all of a sudden maybe your wife or maybe a friend noticed that, oh, this is a new characteristic on Brian that I was not aware. Has ever happened to you as a person that is a touch of someone,
Yes,
something
uh-huh.
just became
I
part of you?
think I think we are all pervious as human beings. We are able to soak up the thoughts and ideas and expressions of our lives, of what we've experienced, and that's a good thing. It's just like a musician wants to be able to not play the same thing he did as a teenager as he does as a grown man with children or so. Your life has changed. Embrace the change. Allow it to change you. I bet I'll do the same thing. I'll bet what you thought you were making when you were your 20s is now a different recipe than at your age now. And and it doesn't mean that you were doing it wrong before. It's just different. It's just the way it is.
I get it. Here we go again. People of longer tables, where Brian ends with a perfect comparison, bringing and creating a bridge between food and acting. And that's why we do love him.